All right, guys. Today we're in 1 Samuel 22, verse 2. This is such a fascinating verse. This is, to me, one of the most fascinating sections of this whole narrative. It says this. It says, all those who are in distress or in debt or discontented gathered around him. That's David. And he became their commander. About 400 men were with him. Have you ever noticed that when you go through hard times, other people who are going through similarly hard times gather around you? People who are hurting gather other hurting people like moth to a flame. You'll see this when people get bitter in churches or in businesses. You'll see the little gossip corners in the office or within the church. There'll be these little factions of people who are all bitter or gossiping together. And here's what we see in the life of David that is so challenging. He sees all the flaws. He sees all the flaws in the king. But he doesn't take these people and say, hey, we're going to become an army. We're going to march on Saul. We're going to attack him. We're going to overthrow him. But he leads these 400 people who are bitter, in debt, struggling. He leads them graciously back towards God. I want to encourage you. Next time you're going through hard things and other people start gathering around you, and they will, talking about how they've gone through hard things or how they're mad at this boss or he did that to me too. Here's my challenge to you. Are you bringing them towards yourself? And are you uniting around kind of this this valley of bitterness or whatever, a bunker of bitterness where you're just hunkering down in that bitterness? Or are you the person who's saying, hey guys, we've gone through hard things, we've been hurt, but let's lift our eyes to heaven. Let's lift our eyes and let's look to God. Let's trust God in our current situation. I want to tell you, if you'll do that, if you'll live like that, oh my gosh, the way that God will use you in hard situations, you'll be a person that God can trust. So I want you to take some time, wherever you're at watching this, and I want you to really think about the last time that you expressed some bitterness and somebody brought bitterness to you. Did you do it in a godly way? Did you talk about what was going on in a way of, hey, I'm mad, I hate them? Hey, listen, there's times where you gotta vent, and there's times where you gotta have safe spaces to talk about that, but you can't stay there. So my question to you is, did you turn the corner and say, hey, but you know what? We need to trust God, we need to love this person, we need to believe God's best for this person. David believed God's best for Saul. He was hoping that Saul, the mad king, would come around and would go back to being Saul, the anointed king. And so I want to encourage you. God has his hands on you. He sees what you're going through. Be a person of peace in the midst of whatever chaos you're in.